I know it was 70 degrees the other day. It's not 70 degrees today. Bees really aren't flying because it's only 44 degrees Fahrenheit right now. Pretty darn cold. And so I want to talk to you today about two types of beekeepers. Let's get right into it. This is going to help you guys whether you're brand new at beekeeping starting in 2023 or you've been doing it for a while. You might feel good about your beekeeping experience. You might feel bad about it. Where are you at? Leave a comment below. Let me know that, are you good at beekeeping or do you feel like you're bad at it? Yeah, and if you think I'm energetic, I probably am one of the more energetic beekeepers on YouTube. I'm full of energy because I'm excited that you guys are really wanting to learn more. It's windy and cold out here. I've got my big microphone cover on, cutting out that wind noise. But I'm excited today to help you go from being bad at beekeeping to being good at beekeeping with a lot of positive energy, because I believe in you. I believe you can do it. All right, here's some characteristics of those that are bad at beekeeping. Number one, short-sighted. You might only think in hours. You might only think in days. Like, what do I need to do to my bees now? What do I need to do to my bees tomorrow? Number two, you might be bad at beekeeping if you're not willing to make sacrifices along the way. Number three, blaming others or other things for your lack of success. Number four, always believing that you already know everything possible, you know it all. Number five, you really aren't looking for any feedback from your bees. You're just going to do it your way no matter how they respond. And lastly, you're really not interested in the opinions of other people. All right, so what are the characteristics of someone that's good at beekeeping? You think long term. You're not thinking about, what do I need to do right this hour? If you're bad at beekeeping, you're only thinking, what do I need to do right now, this moment? And then you don't think about it anymore. But if you're good at beekeeping, you're planning. You're thinking, what do I need to do this week, next month, this summer, this fall? How do I get my bees ready for winter is something that goes on all year long. So you're planning ahead. You're not just stuck in the now, you're planning in the future. Being bad at beekeeping might be you're unwilling to make sacrifices. Being good at beekeeping means that you're willing to make those sacrifices. You're willing to put the time in, the muscle in. You're willing to be out here on a cold day, make a video, and you're trying to use your energy in a positive way, making the occasional sacrifices that's necessary in order to be good at beekeeping. So you're making beekeeping a strong priority in your life. Now, like I said, those that might be bad at beekeeping want to blame other things, other people for their lack of success. But if you're good at beekeeping, you learn from your failures, you learn from your mistakes. You don't try to blame others. You look and say, that didn't go very well. What can I do to make that better? Now, sometimes being bad at beekeeping means that you think you know it all, that you don't need to learn anything else. You're kind of just like got it all in your brain. You know what you're doing. But that's never going to be the case. It never is for any of us, including me. So if you're good at beekeeping, you're always looking for ways to improve. You admit that I don't know everything. I can learn better ways to make a split. I can learn better ways to treat for mites. I can learn better ways to harvest more honey. You're always looking to improve. Being bad at beekeeping might mean that you're not looking for any feedback from your bees. You're not listening to them, kind of like following them, following what they're doing, how they're reacting, not reacting to the work that you're putting into them. But when you're good at beekeeping, you might treat for mites, and then you look to see how the treatments went. You want feedback from your colony. You want feedback. I put a honey super on. Are they drawing out the wax? Are they adding nectar? I'm looking for feedback from the bees all the time. I thought I prepared them well for winter. How well did they overwinter? I need feedback so I can make better decisions. And lastly, this is the most important thing right here. Bad at beekeeping might mean that you don't want to hear anybody else's thoughts or opinions, or every time somebody says something else, you think they're stupid because you know more. Well, like I said earlier, none of us are there at that level yet. We're all learning, and that's what's important. It's important that we network with other people. Listen, we can always gain more knowledge from others, no matter if we agree or disagree, because look, here's what it comes down to. There are many ways, many different things that we can do in keeping bees. It doesn't mean that my way is the best or the right way. It means it's a different way. And so everybody has a different way of approaching beekeeping, and we need to allow a lot of open-mindedness and freedom for us to do that, because sometimes it just works for me and it may not work for you, vice versa. So I need to be open. I don't need to look at you and say, well, they're going to make a big mistake because they're not doing it my way, but you shouldn't do that to me either. And when we begin to close our mind, we're going to lose out on a lot of opportunities to really learn from others and try different things that may work well for us, or try them and they don't, so we go back to a way that works well for us. This is a comparison. I hope it's exciting for you guys. Listen to this over and over and try to put yourself in a place where you can say, you know what? I want to be good at beekeeping, even though I may have been bad at it last year. I'm a little bit better, I'm learning, I'm growing, and I'm going to do better this year by implementing some of these strategies that David has shared with me today. It's going to be fun. As always, guys, thanks for subscribing. Hit on the subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and I got a great video for you new beginners starting this year, how to start beekeeping in 2023. See you over there.